Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And it's time to do our flip through of the autumn journal, which I finished recently, and I thought it would be nice just to go through it from the beginning and see how it all came about and how it all came together. So this journal started off as one of these, which I saw Amy at Crafty Cat making, which is a whole bunch of envelopes glued together to make pockets. There's pockets here, there and everywhere. I did a video of this at the beginning of the whole thing, of the whole journal, the autumn journal, and I didn't find it easy at all. The original idea came from Nancy Piter, and I think I've linked, certainly in the first couple of episodes of this journal, I did link both their videos below. Definitely worth watching their videos because they make a much better job of it than I did. But I really liked the idea, so I got this as kind of a prototype to remind me of what I did, and I love the effect in the end. Once I started working on it and adding papers and adding journal cards and things to all the pockets, I really love it. I just found the whole construction a bit of a challenge. So we've ended up with this. So I'm going to take the Sari silk off and we will go through and see how it's ended up. So we start off with our cover. It's been decorated. So we have a journal card here, which has got a bit tight now. It's all full. Oh, can't get it out. There we are. So there's a journal card. All the journal cards have been made from a piece of file folder. So I've just decorated on one side, and I did a lot of them during the 50 stack challenge, which was perfect for this. And then the other journal card is this one. And this beautiful image from the main kit I used for the signature, which is the Tracy Fox kit called Another Autumn. And this is just one of the papers that I cut down for the main journal card to go in this window, because that is the main kit I've used for the papers, the signature, and for all the fussy cats, because this one, nearly all of the fussy cats that I've used have come from the Another Autumn kit. So there's been a couple of other kits I've used to decorate. So some of these papers are called Autumn Florals, and they're by, oh gosh, the names escaped me, but it'll all be linked below, everything I've used. There's been 2 or 3 different kits that have made an appearance, so I will link all of those kits below if you see this and you're interested in having a look to see how they look. And of course bits of decoration, lots of leaves, lots of autumn leaves in this journal. So, and I just put a little dangle, I don't do this very often, just hanging from this tab that was poking out and just crying out for something to be added to it. So then inside the cover, so a lot of the actual journal cards are in the cover rather than in the journal, although there are quite a few in here as well. So we've got one more journal card here, and again the same on the back, and I used to ink around the main part, all these journal cards, and the main part of the journal I've used Scorched Timber, and then for the rest of the journal I've used Walnut Stain. And then there's another one here, and that was the postage stamp prompt that's gone into this pocket here. So there's 2, I think that's all of the ones on here, so 2 on here, 2 on the front, and there's quite a few at the back as well. We'll get to those. So then this is the start, the signature. I've just made it a 1 signature journal, which is quite plenty for in here. And so there's the first pocket here. It's got a big tag behind there, and this was a pocket made from ledger paper, part of the 50 stack challenge. So I would say for the 90% of the ephemera in here were made as part of the 50 stack challenge. And then some of these things are from the Tracy Fox kit, so there's a tag in there. Really sweet one in there. Little journal card. And a sort of tea card that I had. I mean, it's not a real one, it's a digital one. And then another little journal card here, all backed. So that's what the first pocket. I've used some papers, a couple of papers from the Edith Holden book, Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I just love this page. It's called To Autumn. It's the Keats poem, The Season of Mists and Mellow Fruitfulness. And I just thought, I found that in that book, and I just thought, well, that's perfect. And I just wanted to leave it just as it is. I just add a little stamping along the edge. I had a new set of stamps this year, so I used the acorn stamp just to put a few little bits of interest along the edge, but I just wanted that poem just to be there to be read. And I love that. And then we've got just a few lovely bits. I'll try and make sure this is fairly central. Piece of just little scrap paper that I had, decorated with a bit of ribbon, did a bit of stenciling, but it can be written on there. And all of the papers in here, all the digitals, are all from the Another Autumn kit. It's a very big kit, and I only used about barely half of it. And they're all backed with other pages from the kit. There's some straw paper with a bit of fabric trim along the edge, just to make it more interesting. And then a belly band on the other side of fabric with this journal card popped in there. Could get more in there, I guess, but I didn't want to make it too thick because it's only a single signature and it's not a big spine, so it needed to be not too full. A little pocket here, journal card from the kit with a bit of fabric on the top. Again, I could have got more in there. I just had to be a bit mindful of how thick I wanted it to be. I've put quite a lot of lace towards the end on some of the edges, just because I like how that feels, and I like the feel of it as you turn the pages, and I just like the look of it as well. So just a bit of book page with some more stenciling and stamping on. An idea I got from Jez at Nigeza Creates. I think she did some stamping, and I just thought I'd do the same, but with stenciling around the edge of a book page. And a couple of pockets made from a tissue box. These are the flaps of the tissue box with some little tags in from the kit. Really sweet little things they are. And these little pockets were just right for those little tags. So again, this page is also from Edith Holden. It talks about Autumn Eve. Browning. It's Robert Browning. It's another poem. I don't think I've quite got the whole thing, because I've had to trim it down. But it starts that Autumn Eve was stilled, so I decided I didn't want to cover this page because I want to be able to read this lovely little poem. Here's a nice big belly band, using some stamped pieces of fabric, and with this journal card made from my masterboard that I made. And now it's gone in there. Love this middle page. It's just a still moment, I feel like, and you could just quietly look at that because I think it's just beautiful. And then we have another pocket here with this journal card. This was made as part of Roxy's Weekly Challenge from this year. I've just done 2 or 3 of those. When I see something that really catches my eye, and I thought, I must make that, so I did that. I did a few of these with the fabric swatches down the side, and deliberately used autumn fabrics so that it would be able to be used in this journal, even though I hadn't started making it at that point when I made this card. And then we have another piece of the tissue box decorated up, and this is a postcard from the kit, and I've literally just added a little bit of stamping and these couple of fussy cuts just to finish it off, and backed it onto some straw paper. There we are, and there's this one. This is a side tuck made from some fabric, and this is the journal card to go with it. Another piece of the tissue box. This is the top of it. If you can see that circle, it's one of those square tissue boxes, and it's just got a little oval opening, so I've put Mr. Badger in there and a whole bunch of leaves all around him. And this is a piece of paper from the Faye kit by Crafty Cat, by Amy, which I used for a previous journal. and I just thought it went quite well with all of this, so I've put that in there. And then we've got the leafy trim that kind of pulls the thing together. And then we have a flip out using a circular die cut. Well, a circular, I don't know what these were meant to be for, but I've used them as a tab to flip out this flip out. So there's another piece on the back there. It's a different bird. Put a pocket down here with a tag. You could write all over this. And one of those fabric strips. I've never done them like this before, but I quite like the effect. Might do that again. Usually I do a snippet roll or something, but this is just a bit different, and I quite like it. Another one there. Pocket here. A couple of little tags. There were so many little tags, I didn't cut them all out. But perfect for these little rectangle pockets or journal cards, whichever way you want to use them. And another piece of this, bit of writing. And this pocket here. So we've got a tag, and this is a fatty cut from a different kit. It's from Autumn Wonder by Junk Journal Studios, I think. I think that's Autumn Wonder. And I think the paper I've used here is an Artimaze paper, so I have mixed up the kits a bit because I've got quite a lot of autumn kits and I still like to use them. Bit of stamping here to make this little card. And another little tag from the kit. And then this is one of the fussy cuts that I made as a pocket. Tucked him in, peeping out through the leaves. I think that's rather sweet. And then this is a pocket that I made I added it onto a short page that was coming through from the Edith Holden paper, and I took a piece of the Autumn Florals paper, folded it over and made another pocket and attached it. It's sort of as an extra page really. And then this is a piece of the masterboard, and I haven't actually added any more decoration because I quite liked it just as it is. All backed. I just think that's a nice big journal card. Didn't need anything on there really. So pop that oop. And get it back in because it's so tall. My arms aren't long enough. Have I caught it in? There we are. There we go. And the bit of the sari silk that I've used to wrap it up at the top there. So that's that pocket. The back of it. I haven't done any extra decoration on these, don't think it needs it. And that is the end of the signature, and then we get to the back of the cover where there's more pockets. So these two journal cards, actually I think I probably should put something through the hole here. I think I just backed them, inked them, and didn't do anything else. So I think they're fine. This one is an Artimaze. This is from the Tracy Fox kit. I think I'd like to put a little something through there. Let's see what I can find. I've got this yellow lace. I wondered if that would just go through that hole. Let's give it a little poke. going to use my pokey tool, poke it through. Because there is just a spot of yellow on here, so I thought, well, it's quite a bright yellow. I'm going to see how it looks. If I don't like it, I'll change it, but I think it'll be okay. I don't want it to stick up above because I think it will clash horribly with the sari silk, but I just wanted something to finish this off. Trim that a little. Okay, let's pop that one back in there. There we go. Okay, so that's one pocket. Then there's this journal card in this pocket. And another one at the back here. Up here. So that was the I don't know if that was the cracked prompt. Anyway, nearly all of them, as I said, have been... Oh, there's a bit of coming unglued right there. Let me just quickly mend that. I don't think I've ever done a flip through when I haven't had to fix something. Now I've lost the pin on this piece of lacy cloth. Don't know where it went. Just completely disappeared now. Oh well, I'll have to find that after. Okay, glued that back down. That back in here. And we have another one here. Big one at the side here. I had lots of fun making this one. So this was... I can't even remember what the prompt was for this, but I had loads of fun with that. And then right on the back we have a couple more pockets. In fact, we have 3 more pockets. We have, oh, if I can get it out, this one, which was the prompt wreath. So the one I made on camera was the Christmas wreath, but I did make this one as well as my prototype. And now I can't get it back in. There is something here that catches, that's it. Ah, there we go. Just have to lift it, I'm not quite sure what it is. There's something in this pocket that's kind of catching on things. I've got another little one here. Goes in here. A little owl looking out. And then we've got this one with the leaves, the autumn leaves. So this was the prompt gesso, would you believe? But that's because I gessoed the background to make it a kind of a slightly woodlandy looking. I had lots of fun doing this one as well. In fact, I want to do more with these, with the felt trees or felt something or others. That was lots of fun. Okay, so that's going to go back in there. Not always easy to get these things in and out of the pockets, but we get there. There we are. That's in. So that's the journal. So that's with all these pockets from those bits of envelope all filled now. And you end up with that, which I'm really happy with. And I'm just going to wrap it back up. And that is the autumn journal done and dusted for this year. A little bit different. I'm really enjoying trying different ways of making journals. Or this was a different way to make a cover really, wasn't it? Where's the end gone? I wrapped it too much. Yes, it's fun to try different things and have a bit of a challenge. There's so much inspiration out there for doing things in different ways. tear that up. Ooh. There we are. Pull that out. Okay, so that is our autumn journal finished. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.